All right, so you got the monkey story in mind, right? I think that that is what happened to religion. I believe religion, well, it started off as people trying to explain, trying to figure out the world around them. I mean, if you've ever been away from light pollution, you look up at the sky at night, all the stars and the Milky Way and the moon. I mean, it's all inspiring. And then you've got shit like earthquakes happening and volcanoes erupting and hurricanes and droughts. Like food doesn't grow one year, people starve to death. And you're trying to explain all that stuff, and I think that's the origin of it. But I think at least with a Judeo-Christian Muslim, you know, arena, I think that the Jews were the originators of it, and I think that they started using it as the invisible boogeyman to scare kids straight, so to speak, and and who knows? I mean, I don't really know that much about Judeo Christianity, Muslim stuff either, but maybe it worked, maybe it didn't. But I think as time went on, there was, I think as time went on, sometimes the people that started that aspect of religion, they would let the good kids in on it. Once they grew up, the elders and all that stuff, they would let the good kids in on it and know what the real, the truth shall set you free. Um, but I think eventually what happened is all the people that knew the original deal of it died out, and all that were left were believers. And it went on that way. Certainly by the time Muhammad came around in 800 or whenever he did, I mean, that guy had no concept. He was just a believer, right? I don't know. I have no idea. But I think they lost track of it. And now it's, I'm not going to say any more than that. Obviously, they believe myth. They believe, Bronze Age myths. Um, and the other thing, too, I think it's that way with abortion, too. Here, let me make my face a little bit smaller and come over to this article here. Now, this is an article, I don't know what year it was, 2016, and it says some stuff. But one of the things it says in here is this right here. And the idea of being outpopulated by others worried some anti abortion activists like Storr. So now, I don't know if this is the only source that I've gotten this from, but the basic idea was that go west, young man. During the whatever they call it, settling of the West, people were worried about Asians and well, it says right here, Mexicans, Chinese, Indians. They were worried about them colonizing the West, and they wanted it to be whites. And that was this is an interesting article. There's more to it than just that. It's an interesting article. I'll keep it in the I'll put it in the email. But I've just lost my train of thought here. Now again with these same religious people, they just all they got in their head is moment of conception, the egg and the sperm gets a soul from God. And in reality, the moment of conception, God kills 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4, uh, once that egg and sperm meet, 3 out of 4 don't make it to term. I don't even think it makes it past like the first week or first few days. Um, but uh, but that's what they got in their head. And the thing is that a lot of them, at least the white Christians, are racists too. Now, when it comes to anti-abortion laws, who gets screwed? It's the poor people, right? Rich people You know, if they can, like a rich person in Texas that wants an abortion, they're going to go to Massachusetts to get an abortion. You know, and who's the poor people in say Louisiana or Alabama? It's black people. So these same racists are who are worried. They have this replacement theory now, where I don't know where it is, but yeah, the replacement theory. They have the replacement theory now. Tucker Carlson espoused it on his show that we're going to be replaced by immigrants. And what they're doing, these anti-abortion Christian holier than thou types, is they're actually, because poor people generally squat more pups than rich people, right? So they're making it in their own states so that black people are having more kids. I don't know the statistics, but I bet black people have more kids in Louisiana or Arkansas or Kentucky than white people. So it's like they're shooting themselves in the foot. If they want to get rid of black people, let them have abortions. Anyway, it's just stupid, man. It's stupid. I can go on, and maybe I will in text and the email. Love it, brother.